Hey everybody, this is Fred Govea on Spirit Reflections here with another episode of The Tao of Leadership by John Heider, a chapter by chapter commentary and study on the very famous ancient Chinese text, the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu, with a modern adaptation focused on leadership potentialities by John Heider. And today we're going to look at chapter 2. So here it is. It's called Polarities. Chapter 2 says, all behavior consists of opposites or polarities. If I do anything more and more, over and over, its polarity will appear. For example, striving to be beautiful makes a person ugly, and trying too hard to be kind is a form of selfishness. Any overdetermined behavior produces its opposite. An obsession with living suggests worry about dying. True simplicity is not easy. Is it a long time or a short time since we last met? The braggart probably feels small and insecure. Who would be first ends up last. Knowing how polarities work, the wise leader does not push to make things happen, but allows process to unfold on its own. The leader teaches by example rather than by lecturing others on how they ought to be. The leader knows that constant interventions will block the group's process. The leader does not insist that things come out a certain way. The wise leader does not seek a lot of money or a lot of praise. Nevertheless, there is plenty of both. So how interesting that knowing how opposites and polarities work, we see that they're so closely intertwined, just like the yin-yang symbol, masculine, feminine, the active and passive, night and day, hot and cold, are so closely intertwined. And so whenever we push and we exert too much effort in a direction, we're going to find the opposite surfacing. So this is a really amazing teaching to make us feel the flow of how process unfolds around us and inside of us. And as we saw in chapter 1, when we notice what is happening, when we become aware of what is happening by a constant daily effort of meditation, we begin to notice more clearly what is happening. We then begin to sense also how things happen. And so when we are in that frequency of noticing what is happening, I also then begin to notice how polarities work, how opposites work, and how any type of overcompensating behavior is going to produce its opposite. It'll make its opposite surface. And this applies not just in our individual lives with the way we ourselves, but it also applies to group work. And anyone in a position of leadership in a group knows that they are actually following the group field. They are actually allowing, being a conduit for the wisdom, for the energy of the group field to manifest, to materialize. And so the leader will then just be a facilitator as opposed to be an insistent, pushy, and inflexible person wanting things to come out in every single way, shape, or form that the leader has in mind. In other words, not micromanaging, but letting things awaken from the group field. And I believe that's a reflection that we can have of chapter 2. And I'd like to, in this moment, close with a simple and short meditation so that we can get on with our day. So I invite you to sit back, relax, take a few slow and deep breaths, and in the process, center ourselves in the present moment. Feel the gentleness of the air entering our nostrils and spreading all over our body. And as we fully exhale, we release this sacred air that keeps us alive. And in the process, we expel any anxiety, any fear, doubt, worry from ourselves by our willpower and our focus in the present moment. We invite the healing breath to enter our bodies as we take a full, slow, and deep breath in. We let this air penetrate every cell of our body, cleanse, purify, and collect in the process anything that does not belong to us, any negativity. And we slowly, as we release, as we exhale, we allow the air to collect and remove all that which does not belong in the health and the light of ourselves. We expel as we breathe out. And we continue taking slow and deep breaths in, bringing the healing air, the peaceful air, the calm and soothing air to purify, energize, and cleanse every cell of our body. And as we exhale, we let this air collect all the energy that does not belong, along with anxieties, fears, doubts, worries, and we release it into the atmosphere as we exhale fully and completely. And in every cycle that we do, a full inhale and a full exhale, we become more and more present, more and more centered, more and more relaxed, at ease, and comfortable in our own bodies. And we look at the beautiful universe out there, and we notice the opposites and the polarities in the sweet, harmonious dance of eternal wisdom, eternal beauty, eternal joy, and eternal love. The divine spectacle that we are a part of, happening outside and inside of us. And we learn with every breath and every cycle of inhale and exhale that we take, we learn more and more how to dance the divine universal symphony of opposites and polarities in a wise, beautiful, loving way that brings us peace to our hearts, peace to our minds, and allow us to see ever so clearly what is happening in every second of the day around us and inside of us, and allow us to then also see how things happen. And as we notice how things happen, we learn to flow with it. We learn how to dance with it effortlessly in all the divine rhythms of the universe that pulsate inside of us. We synchronize with the outside rhythms of the universe around us. And with that, we breathe gently, effortlessly, in the most harmonious and natural rhythm. And we go out from this present moment. We open our eyes, we come back, and we go on. And I wish you a great rest of your day.